Well, at this moment in time, like I said before, I'm just concentrate on white ball cricket. So if I'm looking forward tonight. The winter now coming ahead. But in the meantime, if something comes about, then I'll be happy.
And Owen, just thoughts on coming back and winning that series after the T20 loss, especially when starting the three-match series.
Yeah, we started poorly, but I think as the series has gone on, we have improved. It is a benefit in playing a bilateral series. I mentioned this before, where you play against the same team over and over again, and it can present different challenges, but you play against the same team, so that constant improvement has been brilliant since Trent Bridge. And then again today, I thought it was clinical. Right from the get-go, Mark Wood managed to get the ball swinging with Dave for about 3 or 4 overs, and India never really seemed to get away from us from there.
And just that wicket, the wicket of Virat Kohli, can you take us through it, and was that the most satisfying wicket you've ever taken, or first ball you've ever bowled?
Well, definitely most satisfying. Obviously Virat Kohli is one of the best players in the world, but it's one of those deliveries that he just comes out your hand nice, and he pitches on the leg and hits off. So it'd be nice to bowl every time, but it's not possible. But it came out nicely then.
Has your team laid down a marker for the World Cup when you look at your results this summer against Australia?
I don't think so. I think the challenge from here on in is trying to stay on top of our game, and sort of like the first game presented to us at Trent Bridge, come up with different challenges and try and be better at, I suppose, dealing with them from the start, as opposed to making big mistakes and then improving on them as we go along. The World Cup is one advantage of it is 10 games, and I presume by the format, by the time the last group stage game is played, there will be the best 4 teams, topping the group. So there's enough cricket to make up, but one of the disadvantages is that you play a different team every time, and that's hard to replicate. So Sri Lanka and the West Indies will do our best to try and do that.
How much of today's win do you think was down to the sheer contrast of how the two teams played the first 10 overs?
None. No. I think today's win, both sides got off to a good start.
India had 32, you guys had 70.
Yeah, you take 3 overs of swing, or maybe 4 overs of swing into that, but they still, they're not 3 down, and we're into their middle order. So, yeah, and they're good players of spin. Coming up against our spin, you'd expect them to play well from there. I thought we got off to another good start, but I don't think the game was won and lost at the first 10 overs.
Yeah. Joe's been short of time in the middle really until the last couple of games, but it's obviously encouraging for him to find a bit of form going into the Test series.
Yeah, I think extremely encouraging. I suppose the composure he's shown, particularly in the last 2 games, is the Joe route that we know and trust. And he's been outstanding even when he's been low on runs by his standard around the group. He's been the same guy doing the same things, hungry for runs. So hopefully that continues for the rest of the summer.
Was there any chat about one of you getting 100?
No. None.
Just the way it worked out.
Dave? Paul?
Joe's obviously broken a few records in his time. He's now got the most one-day hundreds by an England cricketer. All the guys that you played with in an era where one-day cricket's been moving at such a pace, is Joe the best one-day batsman England have produced?
I think it's difficult to say, because we've guys that are, I suppose, halfway through their career that have huge potential, that could be as good as Joe or even better, or have more contributions. If it's not the World Cup next year, it'll be the next World Cup. So I think guys in the late 20s, mid to late 20s, can still contribute as much as Joe has done, but you take nothing away from him. He's absolutely unbelievable cricketer.
Paul, what's that?
I was just going to ask about his celebration. Do you know he's going to do that?
No, he caught me off guard completely. I was talking to the ball, trying to get it over the line, but yeah, he caught me off guard.
Is it quite a nice little statement at the end, I suppose?
No, he's made a fool of himself. Yeah.
challenge to keep this momentum going over the next 12 months? You've got relatively few one-day internationals in the space of a year going to the World Cup.
The challenge will be trying to show the consistency that we've had and trying to continue that hunger to improve. The cricket we have leading into the World Cup is actually a lot. 5 one-days, 1 T20 against Pakistan, off the back of the tour, the West Indies, IPL in between, and there's a 1-day international against Ireland. Then we've 2 warm-up games into the World Cup, so that's a lot of cricket. So yeah, I don't think we'll play plenty of cricket between now and then. If we lose momentum, we'll have enough, hopefully, games to try and fight it back.
Will and then one more.
Kuldeep's gone 6-3 North. He took 5 in the first T20 and then was outside by the third. How pleasing is it? How quickly the team adapted against an interesting opponent? Does it mean anything for Test series if he gets in squad for that? It is possible to work him out.
It's hard for me to comment and compare red ball and white ball because it's different picking. I suppose the seam on the ball and stuff like that. But I think I'm very proud of the way we've improved throughout. But every young player, he hasn't played that many games. I'm sure he'll come back with something different. If you look at Adil's career, he's been at the top of his game for the last few years, but he's made unbelievable changes, sort of fraction changes to his deliveries, variations, reads the game well. And I'm sure India have a lot of spinners, but I'm sure whoever is next in line is keeping sort of him in place to try and come up with something different.
Yeah. One more, yeah, sorry.
Anil, can you take us through the last 3 games, the way you bowled against the Indian team at Cambridge and over here? What did you adapt?
Going to every game, every ground wicket, you got to adjust. I'm not really probably didn't get a big score on the board. So when they played the game, they got away from us. But then at Lords, I thought pitch helped the spinners as well there. So you got to find the right pace and whatever. So and here again, first is you got to stick to your strengths and then quickly adapt to finding the right pace for the pitch. And for me, is bowling my variations and being confident in that. And like I said, with me, I've always looked to stick to my strengths, and that's my strength.